Stop telling folks they're not saved. Just tell them they're loved by God. When you deny divinity, you deny humanity. Because humanity is an expression of divinity. Did he finish his work? Or did his work return to him empty, saying, God, I got a few Southern Baptists and a couple of Pentecostals saved. The rest of them's going to hell. I'm sorry. We think that God is waiting in heaven or wherever that is for some designated moment when he's going to come back and catch you with your work undone and grab you and snatch you and whip you and beat you and kill you and throw you in this dungeon. And it is the one concept of God that people use to carry out their hellish behavior on other people.
One of my favorite statements is by Wayne Dyer when he says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Perception is the ultimate reality, but not necessarily the ultimate truth. So I don't know that you can ever really know truth, but you can experience truth and perhaps express it in your own reality.
Once a prolific speaker in church and conference pulpits around the world, Carlton Pearson had a revelation that made him a modern-day Martin Luther, realizing that man's salvation is not achieved through his works, but solely through Christ's sacrifice on the cross.
I am now convinced that Jesus did not just die for Christians. His blood covers, whether you like it or not. His blood covers your sin, whether you accept it or not. God loves you, whether you know it or accept it or not. His blood still spilled out of his body and covered the earth.
The Christian and Jewish Bible say in the book of Genesis, in beginning God created man, meaning humankind, in his or its image and likeness. And as somebody said, we return the favor. We created God in our image and likeness. But we can't access this God except going through all these different rituals. So we've created religions and doctrines and dogmas and certain disciplines to help us appease an angry God or please a difficult one. One that we've created.
Having been shunned by those same churches where he was once beloved, Carlton is now a frequent guest on programs featured on National Geographic, MSNBC, and CNN.
I was a stranger to that genre now. I'm no longer welcomed it. I helped invent it for my generation. I helped create it. I helped refine it. That's where I was going to die.
Laying out his new theology in his best-selling book, The Gospel of Inclusion, Carlton's shocking journey culminates in his brand new thesis, God is not a Christian.
There's 2 billion people on this planet who approximately call themselves Christians, follow Jesus as God or Christ. And when you say God is not a Christian, you're almost saying God is not Jesus. And most Christians perceive Jesus as being the God-man. And it's very offensive. It's almost heretical to those who have been entrenched with this indoctrination for 2 millennia. That's the way some people interpret it. That's not the way I mean it. But when I'm saying God is not a Christian, it offends people because I'm saying God is not what you call yourself religiously.
Do we need Jesus to protect us from God? If I don't get you saved, from who?
All we can say is whatever God is God.